did. So I'm all set with that.
Okay. Make a motion to accept.
Motion to accept.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
How about October 6th? Make a motion to accept. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. All right. First, all right, with the hour being after 7:05, we have a Scenic Road hearing in accordance with Chapter 40, Section C, Scenic Road Act. Chapter
Tree
80
warden is here.
Okay, let me read it. We'll hold, are we even on? We sure we're on. I don't see myself. All right. In accordance with Chapter 40, Section 15C, Scenic Road Act, Mass General Laws, and Chapter 87, notice hereby given the Planning Board and the Tree Warden to hold joint Scenic Road hearing Thursday, October 20th at 7:05, as requested by Andrew Adams,
But Jeff isn't done.
for the replacement of one tree and reconstruction of 170 feet of wall at Lincoln Road. So with that being said, the hearing is open. Okay? All right, so,
Based on one of our articles at the town meeting, we were supposed to notify the public and everyone that this is being recorded and is available for view, that this meeting is being broadcast and recorded, and it's available for everyone to look at.
okay. All right, Mr. American, you want to take it?
Sure thing, thank you. Dan Merrick, Legacy Engineering here on behalf of the applicant. We've filed a scenic road application for two things. One is a single tree. The applicant owns the land at 195 Lincoln Road. It was a house lot 10 years ago and was demolished. And then he is now building a new house there. There were some trees across the frontage. They were all behind the wall. He thought they were all his. He was right for everything except for one, which was a couple of inches into the street layout. So he did take that down. That's, if you look at the first page of what I gave you, it's that tree that is just at the back edge of the wall. So we are proposing to replace that with 3 trees, any species that's acceptable to the tree warden. It's fine with the applicant. The other thing the applicant would like to do is the second sheet of that, what I handed you, is a picture of what the wall looks like. It's a rubble wall, like most. It's not very impressive in its present condition. He would like to rebuild the entire wall across the frontage. He has his mason. It's still gonna look like a rubble wall, but it will be more structured than a pile of rocks. So that's for the entire width across the front, and he also wants to relocate the drive. There's an existing driveway entrance, paved driveway. He wants to move it over to the left, about 20, 25 feet. And one thing that you should know is that he had to put in a construction entrance in order to prevent dirt from being tracked out on Lincoln Road. And when he did that, he put it where the driveway is supposed to go. So he did move some rocks. He moved some of that wall. He took the wall material, he put it in a pile. It's still on the lot. It will be used to reconstruct the wall, as will all the existing rocks that are out there across the entire frontage.
Okay,
That's it.
so what you've just said is, you asked me for a Scenic Road hearing and something's already been done.
Yes, the
I don't know
applicant-
how you do that, because this is not our jurisdiction, this is actually the town, so this would be between the applicant and the Board of Selectmen, how they want to rectify this. We can't do anything, it's already done.
I think you could.
No, how can we, Dan? It's already been, town property's been damaged. If it hadn't been done, like any other scenic road, we're gonna move it, just like Peach Street, we know the drill, but it's all been taken apart. So,
Okay, so what course of action are you
so how are we supposed to have a
suggesting?
scenic road based upon what was there when it's no longer there?
Well, if you were inclined to grant the scenic road approval, the final product would be the same.
Well,
So procedurally, what are you saying needs to happen?
procedurally, you have to go settle up with the Board of Selectmen first.
And how does that work?
I don't know.
What do I need to ask the selectmen to do?
Well,
Select board.
whatever. If you knocked over a town building, it'd be the same thing, right?
No, not really
And it's not really, it's town property, and if you read in there, it's a action either by the tree warden or the police department. So what's happened is, town property's been damaged. And you're showing us a plan how you wanna do something where, what it was before. If you didn't do anything, fine, but you go up there, a lot of that wall's gone.
So, well, he only moved, I think, 20 feet of the wall, but,
Can I show a video?
I think also
So-
it's important to note that the applicant was notified in July that they need to do a scenic road hearing,
correct.
Are
right?
you kidding me?
No.
No, I'm saying,
this-
look at the video. It's all cleaned out.
What video? Oh, they put the construction entrance in, yes. He put it in, he basically put it in, he should have put it in the existing driveway entrance, which is paved driveway entrance, and he put it in the wrong location, right? He put it in what would have been proposed. So, what is it that I need to get from the select board in order for this hearing to proceed?
You have to go settle up with them with how they wanna handle this. How do we do a scenic road or something that doesn't exist?
So
You
if
wanted, you
you
want
gotta
to
know-
plant a tree and you want us to show how you're gonna reconfigure something that was there, but it's not there anymore, so can't do it.
If you get a letter from, or memo from the select board saying that they're okay with the proposal, then this goes forward? Is that how it
No,
works?
we're not even gonna entertain the proposal. You gotta go back to them, because you guys got some issues. That you destroyed town property. It's up to them to decide how this is gonna be handled. Right? We're not jumping, I'm not gonna be, this board isn't gonna be, solve the problem for what happened here. You're gonna have to go down and talk to them. They're the road commissioners, and how this needs to be handled within them. It's not our jurisdiction.
Okay.
So
And then
when-
after I settle it with them, what do I do?
However you guys come up with a settlement, let them put the guide. They would have to send us another scenic road thing if they're in agreement.
Okay. So you would re-advertise for a new hearing?
Yeah, I'm not saying we ain't gonna do it, Dan, is you have problems right now, you and your client, because you knocked the wall down.
Okay. So, all right,
So if it comes back,
we will go, I will contact the select board's office.
okay, and see how you have to handle it, because,
Mr. Chairman,
yeah,
do you want to hear from the tree warden?
yeah.
Can
Come up.
you, can you come to the microphone and introduce yourself? Thank you.
Justin Monta, I'm the tree warden for the town of Walpole. Actually, this is the first I'm hearing about the tree being removed. So that in itself is a fine under Chapter 87, Section 6, up to $500 on that. So, that'll be a part of the whole settling up with the select board on that section.
Sure. So, do I go straight to the select board?
Yeah, you're gonna have to
Go
go to,
through you.
you're gonna have to go to the select board. The tree part is me, the wall is the select board.
Understood. Okay.
No, we don't do anything. It's, they could say no.
Thank you.
Yeah, he could put the wall back. You know,
Come back to
he could put the wall back.
Kind of
Pile
looks like
rocks.
it's a dust
It's-
pile right now.
Huh?
How much of the wall is actually intact?
Oh, most of the wall. So there's the existing driveway. I think you have a video of it. There's an
Yeah.
existing driveway.
It's gonna be about 60,
Immediately-
70 feet.
Immediately to the left of the existing driveway
Yeah.
is where the new driveway is going.
Right by there too, in the whole.
Start from the beginning.
On on this map here, this is the existing driveway, is that right?
Yeah, so the
That's
wall
the
section
construction driveway.
in question
But this is all clean.
is basically, like, this is the applicant's wall, so it's this bit here.
You're taken down.
Yeah, and they put a riprap construction entrance there so we wouldn't track dirt out of the road.
We need to do something by October 25th,
Okay.
okay? So either.
Yeah, we're gonna vote this,
Right,
yeah,
just
all
so
right,
you
I
know.
understand that.
My name's Andrew Adams, I'm the owner of 195. I'd just like to kind of explain what happened, just for the record. I was granted a permit with an existing curb cut to, perform my house construction there, and I have been, the last couple of weeks, it's been a lot of traffic over there. The existing curb cut and driveway is pretty narrow, and I've been kind of doing the best I can to kind of manage the site. And I've had a couple trucks this past week that have kind of ruined their axles, kind of pulling in there, especially on that side where I took the rocks out. And just to be clear, where I took the rocks out is where the proposed new driveway is. Not saying that, it's the right thing that I did, but you know, the last couple days, it's been really rainy over there, and I've had a lot of neighbors complaining about the traffic and the dirt over there, so, you know, I took it upon myself. I cleaned the road the other day, and on Tuesday, I just took it upon myself to kind of pull those rocks over a little bit, 20 feet only. 20 feet of the rocks have been pulled over and put on a pile only. There's still 150 feet of wall still intact. And the only section of wall that I took out was the proposed section of my new driveway. Yes, it was probably the wrong thing to do, but I thought it was the right thing to do to keep, you know, the site manageable, you know, keep the neighbors in the street cleaner. So the intention was, you know, a good intention. I wasn't trying to mess anybody up or just blow through the town. And I knew that I had the hearing tonight, so, you know, I didn't think there was gonna be an issue, you know, granting the scenic road, because, you know, why would there be an issue? I've never had an issue before on the other sites in the town, so, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say, the intention wasn't to just blow the wall out. I kept it intact. You know, I apologize for doing that ahead of time, but at least we wanna explain that.
Okay. From a simplistic viewpoint, based upon what's out there, you wouldn't need to be here, right?
What do you mean?
There's no wall there, so there'd be no reason for scenic road.
Well, he would
That's my
like,
simplistic.
he would
meaning-
like to reconstruct the entire wall.
I
across the
understand, but
front.
what I'm saying is, if you came in front of us and you go out there, there's no wall, what are you doing? So that's what we're dealing with right now. We're dealing with what's on the ground right now.
Yep.
Not what was gone and not what's gonna happen, so you're gonna have to go see what the road commissioners wanna do, or how they're gonna handle it.
Okay,
So if they send it back to us, that's fine, you'll be back here. So
Okay.
you're gonna settle up with them. What happened on the wall prior to this, it's not our battle. That's the battle with the road commissioners.
fair enough.
All right, so I'll have to make a motion to deny the scenic road due to the fact that the wall has been demolished.
Second.
Any second? Okay, any further discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained, okay. Well, we'll see you who knows when, Dan, soon or whatever, but,
Thank you.
okay. Next one up.
Jack, I need that after.
Oh, you need it back? Okay. What did we knock down? Huh?
Nothing yet.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Okay. The hour being after 7:06, we have a continued public hearing, we have a new hearing during Scenic Road hearing with, according to Chapter 40, Section 15C, Mass General Laws as amended, Chapter 87, that Walpole Tree Warden will hold a joint Scenic Road hearing on October 20th at 7:06. Request from JLM Engineering is to allow the removal of approximately 44 linear feet of existing stone wall between 488 and 504 High Street in order to allow the construction of a private roadway off of High Street to mitigate the removal. The applicant's proposing to utilize the stones removed and construct new stone walls along the entrance. And there are no trees larger than 4 inches in diameter in the area. So with that being said, go for it, Don.
For the record, Truax, GLM Engineering Consultants, representing the applicant. So this is a scenic road for well, technically it's for a potential roadway for the subdivision of Northwoods Estates. And we're showing a stone wall along High Street. We're showing about 44 feet of being removed, and then we're rebuilding that wall to create roundings going into the proposed driveway or / roadway. Realistically, only a portion of that wall, probably half, is actually in the scenic road. The other half meanders across the property line, but we're just calling out the entire length, and that we're gonna do the replacement along both sides. It's just the way High Street lays out. I mean, it's a meandering layout, the old road, the new layout, the old walls are out there, and some of them are on the layout, some of them are in the layout, some of them are on private property. If you went up and down High Street, it meanders all over the place. So with that, It's pretty straightforward. I mean, we will end ultimately, if all goes well with the planning board, and we get the waivers granted that were requested for the subdivision, the roadway will be only 20 feet in that area with small, just driveway roundings instead of 30-foot roundings, which would require, a larger amount of stone wall to be removed in the area. So with that, it's really straightforward. There are no significant trees. I have seen the comments from the town engineer. I had a conversation with him, and I solely agree with number one, and I agree with the others also, but number one, we should have a conversation about that, and the idea would be, right now, we have the roadway pitching from High Street into the site, so what we'd like to do is come up with a 1%, so it's level for about 20 feet going up, and then go down into the site, and that will just enhance the site distance entering out onto High Street. We do have sufficient site distance, but that will just enhance it and make it better.
It had nothing to do with this, though.
Well, it's one of his comments.
I know
to
it's
this,
Kyle's
but-
comment. It has to do with Scenic Road.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna hold that for your subdivision.
It's in this, Mr. Chair, Carl Bald, Town Engineer, it's in the Scenic Road comments, but it really will be executed in the subdivision
Correct.
plan.
Okay. Because I see sheet 11, column 1. Rob, will do it.
There's only one sheet.
Okay. Quick comment or question. I assume that the 44 is what you need no matter what?
I was looking at that and speaking to the neighbor, and now I'm looking at it again, and it can be reduced slightly, but I misspoke in the hallway, and I apologize. I thought I had the 26-foot road, and I do have the 20-foot road shown. So what's happening is you got your 20 feet of roadway, and you're probably going a little bit further on each side for your clearing, and we're gonna clear the site distance, and then we'll rebuild the wall into the site. So it's,
The question's gonna become, I'll get you in a minute, sir, is that you have to, for fire trucks, because he's gonna want that.
he's gonna wanna get in there,
It's-
correct?
Yeah, so you already met with him that 44 is enough?
I didn't meet with him, no, but we gave him what he asked for, which was the 20 feet. We
Okay, but
designed
he
it.
always, but with,
Right, he can get in there now. If
He-
I make it narrower, he can't get in, he might not get in there.
no, I understand that, but he can get out too?
Correct.
With the 44 feet?
Yes,
Only reason I'm bringing that up is if we get down on your subdivision, whether it's 26 or 20, that has nothing to do with him
Yeah,
being
I-
able to get back out.
correct.
Okay, all right. Before I turn it over to the public, want to speak?
No comment.
Nope.
No, everything's under 4 inches, I've been up
Correct.
to the site, so.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Okay. Carl, did you have any?
Mr. Chair, I did deliver a memo to the board. Basics, point number one in my memo, October 13th, was what Mr. Truax spoke about adjusting the profile. And I just noted that any of the vegetation and brush would be well served to the driveway site distance if it's cleared, and that a curb cut permit and street opening will be required by the DPW once this is approved.
Okay. All right. Anyone we want to comment or want to hear from, I see gentleman, the neighbor probably?
I have a question at some point.
Okay, but you want to hear from
Yeah.
him first? right?
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, Bob Scrant. I'm at 483 High Street, which is right across the street. I don't know why they need a 44-foot driveway. All the driveways along that street are 22 feet. So my objection is go with 20, 25 feet. When we move the wall, that's fine, because every driveway along the street is 20 feet or 25 feet. So there's no reason for that one to be, because it should be a single drive. It should be a driveway only. It should not be a subdivision. It's supposed to be one house down there.
Okay, so you understand, the road's not gonna be 44 feet. It's the rounding, it's like the curve, so that fire truck can get out. If they get their waiver, it's only gonna be a 20-foot driveway. But he needs to be this far out so that fire truck can make that,
Well, the fire truck can get into my place, and I measured it, it's 22 feet, stone wall to stone wall.
but you a single family, this is a subdivision.
This is gonna be a single family.
No, it's on as a subdivision, so you understand. They propose this as a subdivision.
It is, but it shouldn't be a subdivision, because there's only room, I thought they agreed to only have one house put into that place. So therefore, even though it's quote, a subdivision, there's only going to be one house down there. So it's gonna be a single driveway.
You know, if they get the waiver of 20 feet, it'll be 20 feet wide.
Right.
But that's the driveway has nothing to do, he needs the extra distance to make the swoop for the truck access.
But how can they get into my place with a 25-foot, and on the same road, 50 feet down the road? How can they get into my driveway? Why can't they get into that driveway, which is up the street, 50 feet?
This is what the fire department has said, so, but they're gonna round it in. So you'll see probably on either side 5 feet of grass, that's all. You're not gonna see, your pavement will probably be only 20 feet, you're looking across that.
Well, but I'm just saying, my house was built in 78, right? I don't know what the rules were in 78, but we have, literally, I've measured it, it's 22 feet is maximum, wall to wall, because I've got stone walls on both sides of my drive also. Because we did this, they did the same thing, opened up and put the walls in there. So, I'm not sure why they need the 44 feet, but everybody else on the street can live with 20.
Okay, now, I'll throw something at it for you, Rob. This may shrink if we find it during the subdivision, but you wouldn't have to come back here.
You can always do less.
You can do less, can't do more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as they do their other plan, there's a good potential that it can shrink down. It's never gonna get any longer than the 40 foot they're asking for now, 44, but there's a good chance that they could narrow it down later.
Okay, well, no, I just want to make sure that we can narrow it down, and it's only what they have to take.
We would be comfortable with that in the decision that we, if waivers are granted, we make it as narrow as possible during construction.
Well, you wouldn't have, because we're gonna grant you 44 feet, no one ever measures afterwards.
Right, I know, but you could put in there that we would reduce it
Yeah.
if possible.
I'm hoping somebody notes that there's an objection to going 44 feet.
Yeah, that's all.
So, if there's not an object, if it's not noted in the books, that's an objection to be only go 44 feet, then why I'm down here for? So let's put it as an objection, there's a 44-foot objection. It can be 25 feet, I'm fine with 25 feet. Okay?
Yep. Thank you. Okay, anyone else in the audience? If not, Sarah?
Oh, that was just gonna be my comment, to ask for kind of the worst-case scenario, and then once we go through the subdivision, if the
Reduce it.
fire chief is fine with less, then we'd be fine with less, so,
Okay, I agree with that,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Phil, you got anything?
No comments, yeah.
Kate?
Nope.
John?
Just echo Sarah's comment. Once you find out how much you can reduce it, just open
I
it as
agree.
little as needed, yeah.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the Scenic Road hearing to the maximum 44 feet with the caveat that every means and methods will be done during the subdivision approval process to shrink that as much as possible.
Second?
We have a second. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. What?
You want to continue the subdivision now?
Maybe I'll put you last.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'll jump around, Rob.
Thank you, appreciate that.
But Johnny's sick for a while, too. All right, Northwood subdivision. Well, I need, okay, we have a continued Northwood subdivision hearing, and with that continuation, as we're open, and yes, Mr. Truax, what would you like to do?
We would like to request a continuance. We'll give the board an extension of time. Kate, did you get the letter? You want another one?
I didn't get it.
Okay, you probably want later. So we would grant the planning board an extension of time to December 30th to rule on the subdivision.
Okay, I'll make a motion to allow the applicant up through December 30th, 2022. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? All's in favor?
Aye.
So just as a side, we are scheduled for December 14th with the conservation.
And we want to do this, I understand, I just want to say that there's no discussions here tonight, you're just going to continue without
No,
testimony.
we have no information to provide, no
Okay, just want to get that on the
testimony.
record. Yep.
So we're thinking December, you have a December 1st hearing, I believe?
GLM sponsored planning board Christmas party.
12-1, yes.
Where are you taking us this year?
12-1,
Where would you like to
12-15.
go?
Same place you take us all the other years, nowhere. December 1st, what do we got, Kate?
December 1st is wide open.
10 o'clock?
December 1st.
10 o'clock? You're still gonna be in Nashville?
No, I'm not going to Nashville.
You said you're going on vacation.
I'm going to Italy.
Oh.
Well,
Nashville.
if he has Concom.
How'd you get
the
Nashville
14th,
out of that?
Would we want to have him up on the 15th instead?
Yeah, that's
Want
a
me to
good
bring you
point.
back something? Wine?
No.
It's almost my birthday, you can bring me a gift.
It's December 1st?
December 4th.
Oh. I was gonna say, my son's
John,
December 1st.
John had a point. If you're not gonna meeting until the 14th with Concom, what are we gonna look at each other on the 1st? Don't you wanna go beyond?
There's a meeting on the 15th.
Look at you, old thing. No. I think-
What are you gonna do? Is it, because you're not gonna change anything until you go through Concom, correct?
When you said the 14th, did you mean December 14th or November?
That's their next, well, they don't have a quorum on the 9th of November, and then their next meeting is Thanksgiving Eve, they're not meeting.
Oh.
So they're going to the 14th. That's what they continued us to.
December 14th. So if we meet December 1st.
But you're not gonna meet till after Christmas, after that, right?
Yeah, but my
Well,
point,
there's a
Rob,
meeting for 12:15. We could give you the 15th.
Oh, you have a meeting the 15th?
Yeah.
Oh, we can do the 15th, if it's right day after,
better,
that'd be
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
You wanna do that one instead? You okay with that,
Would
John?
make more sense.
Are we gonna have plans though?
yeah, but we won't have any information. Yeah, we won't, because you'll never get it done by then. Why don't we just go to the 1st for now, and then any updates, and then when the 1st you can see. Because, yeah, you're right, you're not gonna get anything out of there to give to us, is, correct?
I'm gonna try and, yeah, we're going out next week and do soil testing with Carl.
I understand, but if you go in front of the Concom and they make changes on the 14th, you're gonna go back to the office, make them all up, and get them to us 2 weeks ahead?
That's, no,
Yeah.
that's a negative.
So, I think if we meet on the 1st, just for an update, and then,
Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
okay, all right. So, we'll continue this public hearing till December 1st, at what time, Kate?
7:10?
7:10? Okay.
Do you need to vote that?
No, just giving you an appointment.
Oh, okay.
Want to vote?
No, I didn't know if you had
Go
to
to the
take the motion.
extension.
We already voted. We can vote no.
You could.
Night, Rob.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, the hour being after 7:15, we have continue public hearing for Bristol Industrial Subdivision. And we have the team. It's been a while.
Hello, everyone. Jeff Taccio for Bristol Brothers Development. Mark Romanowitz is with me, also Gabe Crocker from Crocker Design Group. Jim Bristol has a birthday dinner with one of his kids, and I apologize, couldn't be here this evening. Here this evening on the subdivision process freeze that's been ongoing. We did not notice this evening, and what we would propose to do is to see if we can select a date in the future where we will certainly notice people. It's not substantive nature, but we know that your preference is after 3 to consider re-noticing, so we will do that. What we propose to do is to have that in sync with when we are currently anticipating that we will be back before you folks with a major modification on the previously approved project. And we're thinking right now that your February 16th date would coincide with what we expect for the engineering to be able to complete all of the designs. When we last saw you folks, we had shown you concept redesign of the what we have there. We will now be going forward, bringing that to more more detail. We have been meeting. We appeared before the Zoning Board of Appeals with respect to that existing house, and we've been in discussions with them whether it requires a variance, a special permit. We've since met with Jim Crowley discussing the sequencing of being able to have a recognition with respect to 534 West Street, because we would like to retain that, and we think that we have a solution worked out with him that makes everything work up on that front piece. So with that, what we would do is we would ask for a continuance to February 16th, with the understanding that we will notice the subdivision process freeze on the definitive plan for that evening. And then we also anticipate that'll be the same evening that we will notice in advance a major modification with respect to the overall project.
Okay, so if I understand, is at that time, they'll get the standard notice that you would on a regular subdivision, and chances are it's gonna be the same people that will be notified for the site plan.
Correct.
We'll get two separate, one registered and one regular, so everybody will know that night.
Exactly.
Seems to work out, and nothing's changed on your subdivision plan. Just so you understand, yeah, you can call it a major modification, but for procedural, it's like submitting a new one. That's what we're gonna call it. Because, you know, typically you'll have to come to us and ask, is it major or minor, and we'd vote it. But you're just gonna go down the road just like it's a brand-new plan, meaning, you know, it's because that's what it is. It is kind of a brand-new plan, so.
Yep, we understand that you folks will look at it on its own merits, et cetera. What we'll do is we'll stylize it as a major modification as we file it. We understand that different municipalities, you know, term them, we handle them differently. Ultimately, what we find is that municipalities, you know, will look at, you know, all the new criteria for the new proposal.
For the ease of either us and the abutters, if you guys could give a narrative or something that what has kind of changed, because I don't need to go down, this road stayed the same or something like that. It's just, if you give us a narrative, it makes it a lot easier, especially for the public who's sat through the meetings before. What am I coming for? And all we did was move this house this way and this way, and.
So what we'll do is, will that be as part of the notice that we'll submit
No,
through
no, you
Kate?
could just
or-
have it either on, as attached to the plan or something if they want to come in,
Okay.
okay?
Oh, yeah, 100%. We'll have a cover with a summation that runs through everything.
Because it'll make it, like I said, easier for somebody, if they don't want to come, if they think you're going to do something different, well, that's the same as I had, but we're pretty close. Most people, plus it makes it easier for the review for
Yeah,
our.
absolutely. And big picture will be the same, 100 units, it'll all be the same, you know, condominium, same ownership, everything. For your quick benefit, we talked about it last time, but by flipping internally some of the homes from, you know, being heavily weighted on one side of the proposed road to the other, it allows us to provide views, get different distance from that big Boston Edison easement that cuts through. It winds up, working with Mr. Romanowitz, he saw different ways that the design could be improved. So, you know, to us, it's important. To the outside world, there won't be any difference from West Street other than 534 will be proposed to remain.
Okay. I like the original, I thought that was great. Okay, I'll make a motion to grant extension up through February 28th, 2023.
Second.
A second, Sarah, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And you, February, is that a regular meeting, Kate, the 16th?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's, anybody,
February
23.
16th, what, I'm sorry.
that is,
2023.
2023.
Well, I said last year I'd be back in February.
do we have
I-
any room on the
Maybe you're in
agenda that
trouble.
night?
7:15?
There's any
Yeah.
plowing going on in the parking lot?
7:15, okay, we'll continue this public hearing until 7:15 on
16th of February.
February 2023, and if you don't understand the process, that we need the stuff ahead of time.
Absolutely. And we're in touch with Ms. Delaney, and so we line everything up.
Kyle too,
Yep, of course.
so they get time to review it. And as I encourage all applicants, you're better off talking to Kyle now rather than have him correct you. You want him to give you the answers to the test as you go, as opposed to him correct them later.
He'll do
Works
that,
better,
right?
doesn't it, Kyle?
Zoning summary table.
Zoning summary table. We'll drop it off to you on
First
December
appro-
24th.
First, yeah, I imagine you will, and it'll go straight into the recycle.
Understood.
With the first approved parameters and the second proposed.
Okay,
That may be
perfect. So we'll have the comparison.
Most important thing you put on the plans.
Yep. Excellent. I think you're gonna see a reduction in linear feet of road. It's got a lot of good elements. Thank you very much. We won't see you until next year, so everyone have a good holiday season. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Night.
Thank you.
Night, Mark. Bristol Okay. All right. Now, next one is,
Can I get that back, Joe, please?
what do you need?
The folder?
Oh. The Scenic Road? Yeah, that's the only one you need, right?
And also the extent, I gave you,
I think the extension
extension of time
It
for,
might be. might be in there. From Rob? Might be in
for
there.
Bristol.
Did he? No, he didn't give me anything.
Can I give an extension of time?
No. You might, did he send it to you? Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, I'll be in after 7:16. We have a continued public hearing for Heidi Street definitive subdivision, continued hearing. So, might as well come down to it. Did we hear back?
Excuse me?
Did we hear anything back? Okay,
Not before I left.
okay.
Good evening.
Evening. So, yeah, understand, we sent the stuff out, and we had to go digging the other day, and we had to wait for town clerk, who's in the middle of town meeting, and we sent it off to the attorney, but we haven't heard anything. Okay, now, if you wanna, if we wanna make this a concerted effort, I guess, is, we've done all our digging for stuff. You know, we're mining back in the
Oh, I
old
understand. We
ages.
talked about that last
Yeah,
time, yeah.
if Kyle Swanson Jr. has any of the stuff that he can find, it will make it a lot easier. That we can, he's trying to figure out how to do this. He's not saying no,
Understood.
we're none of us saying no, we're
Oh,
just
I
trying to figure out where it goes. And the other thing, you don't want it popping up later, and it's like, then you got an issue.
Understood. So for the record, Louis Cacavero for the applicant. You know, I did reach out to Kate, and we did send her an email as well, that we were prepared to discuss legal issues tonight, not engineering.
Yeah.
We're obviously reluctant to do a lot of engineering work unless we have a path forward, which, you know, that's, I think, the language we used last time.
That's what we're looking for, is
Exactly.
how, it could be, it changes the engineering that makes life easy. But until, if you guys can dig some stuff up, what are we looking for?
So
A
everything
bond?
that we could dig up, I think I've provided in that memo that I supplied
Okay,
last
so
time.
that's as much as you got out of the
As much as we
Swansons.
could-
Okay,
we could find.
I guess we'll have to ride with that. They did some digging and got a few more things, but, you know, it's just to close the pieces off, not quite there yet.
Okay.
And the funniest, well, not the funny thing, but the unique part is that Heidi Street itself, if you're on Wendy, we're all set. But Heidi seemed to just kind of drift off, and it was never seemed to be part of the original subdivision, not approved, but got bonded. So, and that's kind of the floating piece here. So we should have something, I would think, for the next meeting.
Okay. And I did ask Kate, and I don't know your procedure, so bear with me. I asked if we could see the questions that were asked of council and what his or her responses might be, but I guess that's not something that you can allow me to do. I
No,
just want to be prepared for you when I
Well,
come
since
back.
we've already had this meeting, we've opened it up, we can send you those, but
Okay.
we wait till we get them back here to open the hearing.
I just want to
for-
be fully prepared for you, so that if and
No,
when
no,
that
it's-
opinion comes through from council, if Kate could kindly be instructed to supply me with a copy, that would be very
Yeah,
helpful
we can
for
do
me.
that, because the procedure is, nothing's public until we do it. So that's already, we've already done it, and that's why we're here tonight, to tell you we've gone to our
Okay.
extreme, so we'll give you that. When it comes in from the attorney, we're gonna wait till it's here, because one of the things is we've had people like pull stuff or change stuff. And I've had a lot of irate people saying, well, this one said here on this date, and he's changed his mind, but that's typically wait till the final. But we will give you a copy of what was sent
That's
to him.
very helpful and most appreciated, so I could be prepared, oops,
Oh,
pardon me, to discuss, you know,
Like
your
I
questions.
said, we're not
concerns.
here to, we just wanna do it right for
We
everybody.
want to find a collective path forward.
Yes.
So are extensions in order, more extensions in order, or are we okay with that?
More.
We need more. So why don't you suggest to me what you would like me to ask
Send it
for in
to-
terms of time?
31, yeah.
Where are you going with this, to the next meeting?
Yeah, I mean, we should give Eichmann plenty of time. Yeah, not February. Should give Eichmann enough time to get back.
November 3rd, I want to put them in on that night.
Yeah,
Extension through the end of November?
yeah, so if you give us extension through the end of November, and we'll put you on for November 3rd, there should be no reason why we shouldn't get it.
Do you want to put them on, we have the clock tower and then
Exactly, should I
Wall
ask
Street.
Carl to look for?
All right, I don't know if we have the original decision, but the bond and when it was released and what was released. Because we're trying to go, we know the streets got accepted at town meeting, but Heidi is kind of like floating there. When did it get accepted, what, 84 or something like that? That was a town meeting vote. There was a town meeting vote, but Heidi's kind of hanging there. If he has any information on that. My guess is what happened is he didn't want to do Heidi at the time because it wasn't, and he was selling the other houses, and it kind of got, and he wanted to bond it in 82. I think he came in front of the planning
We
board.
set a bond, but they didn't post it.
But they didn't post it, as far as we know. That's the key. As far as we know, we have no, they can't find anything when it got posted. That would be the key thing, is he was given it on 82, he asked to do it, and if he could find something that he posted a bond, then the subdivision may be still active.
Does the planning board or the town have anything I can have to prod his memory?
Well, we can give you the, we'll give you the meeting notes of that. That's all we have of that on 1982, right? We'll give you,
And it's just like a little paragraph.
Mr. Chair, the only releases we're aware of are the ones noted marginally at the registry of deeds. It's really.
I understand.
Not reliable.
But I know where Al's going with it is, this bond may be still out there. It may have got posted. We don't know. I mean, we can't find it. It was agreed upon for, what, 54,000 back in 82. But we can't find anything where it did get posted. It could have, but we haven't found it. That's the missing piece here. And if Kyle might have it or something to that effect,
I see now where you're going, because if it's bonded and it's still out there.
that's
then
it's a whole new,
We could treat this differently procedurally.
correct.
Understood.
Does that put me on the hook for $54,000
Well,
worth
the
of
bond-
work?
No, what it does is, it puts Kyle on the
Carl
hook.
on the hook for 54,000. If he may still have 54 on deposit or a surety
Yeah.
bond, we don't
Yeah,
know.
we don't know.
So the town's position is they want the road finished?
No, we gotta find out first.
See,
You can modify the subdivision. But there's a difference, is if it's bonded, it would be whatever is in effect at that time. All right, with some other,
If it's not bonded,
then we gotta figure out how we're gonna approach it through the other way.
If I may, if
Yep.
it's bonded, that allows them to treat our application differently and more expediently, frankly. So we can
Probably.
Look at our lot, it complies with frontage, it's on a street that's currently either not complete, is either completed or yet to be completed, but a surety backing up the completion.
Yeah, it gets treated a whole different way.
And it gets treated in a
but
different way.
the roads can't get completed.
And that's where our waiver is come in. Since
Well,
we're only
So he doesn't
proposing-
have the ability to complete this road.
No,
There's-
but what
There's
can-
wetlands that run through the road.
But now you have a road on the bond that you wanna modify, that's all. It's a whole different,
I mean, I had a quick conversation with him, and he said that he knows of no bond, and his father has passed away.
chances are, I don't know how they did it before, but there might be something. That's, it's like 1982, if they have something to that effect. If you found that, that will clear up a lot of this. If not, we're just gonna have to treat it that they never posted a bond. If you can find it, it'll help you. Certainly won't hurt, but it'll help you.
Okay, so those extension dates are?
Sure.
So we request an extension through the date identified by your.
November 30th, we'll do it. Okay, I'll make a motion to allow an extension up through November 30th, 2022.
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor? Aye. And November 3rd, is that our next meeting, Kate?
Yeah,
November 3rd, you wanna put them on first?
Yeah, we'll put you on first, 7:01.
Wow.
You'll know ahead of time if we get answers, but I'll just put you on for that. And we'll send you what we've sent to council, and we'll also send you the last, when they bond, what they wanted for Heidi. Matter of fact, we'll,
7:05.
yeah, we'll send them everything we sent to council,
Yeah.
Kate. You get the whole package, everything we found. Then you'll have everything in it. Yeah, we got it. Okay?
And just procedurally, the last item, we're still kind of focusing on legal issues. We're gonna continue to defer engineering.
Yeah, no, I understand, no, because you don't know what you can do.
Yeah.
We don't know what you can do, so no need to put a pen to paper
Exactly.
if you gotta go the other way.
The applicant next
Yeah.
time, we'll bring the engineer the following time, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah, this is not an issue. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Right. Okay. Next is Ross Commons is not going through. And, oh, must be here for Echo. You guys here for Echo? Too bad. If we got out of our executive hearing, you probably would have been already gone. We would have given it to you. Okay. You're looking for bond release,
Come on up.
okay? And
Bond reduction.
Bond reduction, I'm sorry. And what we got here is Kyle said the original, completion will be reduced from 184 to 46, with 138 going back to you. Have you seen the list yet? What's left to do?
No.
No. You wanna talk what's left, Kyle? Just run through quick.
Yeah, you can just send to us by email, it's fine.
I did email it to you,
Yeah,
John.
I probably missed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but there's on the punch list, Mr. Chairman, there's 16 items. Very little on the groundwork to do. There are hoods and catch basins. Street sign isn't high enough. The stop sign's missing. Bounds have not been installed. There's a mailbox in front of the fire hydrant. We requested a gate in the fence surrounding one of the basins because you can't get in there to maintain it. We do not have an as-built plan and profile or of the road or the detention basins. We do not have a street acceptance plan. We do not have sign-offs from Mass DOT for the 2 access permits that were involved with the job. Then there's some documents we require towards acceptance. We've put in there that they need to coordinate with the conservation agent because there's an order of conditions out there, probably with no certificate of compliance, and there's some erosion control still on the ground. We've noted other things that are required at the time of acceptance, waiver of damages, deposit for recording, et cetera, and the final inspection of valves and whatnot by the water department, a residence hearing, a final bond release, and then the acceptance process at town meeting. So there's a lot of administrative tasks and some on-the-ground tasks left.
Okay, you,
Yeah, we work in, John Oliveira and Reynaldo Faria is the owner. For the paperwork, I'm sorry, it's our first project, so a lot of things we still learning how to do it. Carl was very helpful. I'm sorry I missed that email, probably somewhere there, but we work with Gloucester Engineering to do finish the paperwork. So we wait on him. He's taking care of that. Everyone is just too busy right now, So I try to track him down almost every week, knock his door, but I should wait on him. And some items that list that we have become aware now. We work on it and take care of that as well.
yeah, I understand we've had a lot of, over the years, trying to get the engineers to get this final stuff, but what you can control, you should just get done, all the physical stuff, get it done, and now you're
Yeah, I
off
know.
chasing Gloucester Engineering, which, he's down here enough. And the quicker you get it done, the less chance, something's gonna
Yeah,
get.
no, we're gonna do all the physical stuff, take care
Okay.
in the next couple,
Okay.
2-3
Has
weeks
this been
maximum, we'll
reduced
take care of that stuff.
Okay, and,
Still at this, or
we do have,
just to this right now?
a residence hearing. And what it means is when you're all done, Kyle says you're all done, we have a residence hearing. And the
So
reason
it's at
that's
the
done is
moment,
very
it's
simple, is
full 180.
learned over the years that when you go to town meeting, and if you didn't have this, someone get up, my road's no good. It's better to go residence hearing, and if someone does get up, you go, where were you at the residence hearing? Don't wait the town meeting to do it. So when you get there, you say at the residence hearing, everything was taken care of, and that's when we release the bond. It's not a requirement, Mass General laws, but we do it for your protection, our protection, and also there might be something on one of your people you sold there, something. A lot of times they'll come in with something that's on their own yard, like their grass dying. Not our problem, unless it's in our strip. Kyle?
Agreed, Mr. Chair. Just clearing up on the memo that the second original bond, and it was actually a revised second original, is $184,000. That's the security right now. We're recommending a balance of $46,000 and a release of $138,000.
Okay, we'll do it. Okay, make a motion to reduce the bond to $46,000.
Second.
A second, any discussion?
For the engineers.
Per Kyle's recommendation? Any further discussions? All those in favor? Opposed, abstained, okay, you're down to that. And have you'll be back here in 2023, like, oops, this goes with it.
Thanks so much, I appreciate it. We'll take
Okay.
care of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I go by it every day. I thought you guys were done. Done.
Yeah, we thought that too. It's just,
Where's that go?
Jack, before you move on, can we have a vote to extend
That's right up by
Roscom, and
the
they
old
asked
Echo
for it,
on
and so
Route
we're,
1A.
we didn't do it, they're doing it.
Go
Vote to
south,
extend,
To put it on the
go
next
by
agenda as
13
their
rounds,
request.
all right?
but we don't
Keep going on
typically
and
vote.
down.
for
No,
law.
but we don't usually
Yeah, go in was
continue a
on the right,
bond.
it's just before that. Talking
Okay.
old days.
Make a motion to continue the bond hearing,
Is that
bond
the-
reduction meeting with
Avenue or whatever.
Ross
Yes.
Commons to
It's currently happening.
November
Oh, is that
3rd.
little 4-lot subdivision?
Second.
We have a
Okay.
second, Phil, all in
So
favor?
when you bought for,
Aye.
who
Opposed?
did you buy it from?
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
Did you second that, Sarah?
We just voted.
Phil did.
John, you're taking us all out at Christmas.
I know. Usually I just stay out of it, but.
All right, I think
wanna make sure things
that
happen.
does it.
Yeah, I know, that's why.
Can I make a motion to adjourn?
Oh, master plan.
I'm sorry.
A master plan
How'd I
update.
miss that? Oh, there it is. I'm sorry, Phil. Got my glasses on. Go ahead.
So the master plan committee, we're at the last stages. Right now, we're gonna be meeting, hopefully on Tuesday, to go through all of the recommendations that we got from the Barrett group, as well as all the additions and the updates and the revisions that the committee made. So we'll be voting on the recommendations, and then, that'll bring us to the final report. So, yeah, it may take another meeting, so that's to be determined. But I just wanted to let you know that right now, it's very likely that we could come to the planning board for presenting the report to the planning board on December 15th, the second meeting in December. So just to give you a heads up on that.
Is that the Barrett group would be here presenting?
I
Or
sure,
you,
I
or-
hope, to be determined. But
Yeah,
I
okay.
would expect the Barrett group would be there with us.
Don't you,
Yeah.
I think, doesn't this usually go in front of other boards first and then us for last?
Actually, the only board that needs to approve it is.
Oh, I know we
is-
approve it, but last time I think they went to a bunch of different ones first.
Okay.
So I could
Yeah.
be wrong, but if you
Yeah.
look, take a look. Because
Okay,
I know there was a
yeah.
little bit more involved. It wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
Maybe you just want enough to go in front of the selectmen, says, we got it done, we're gonna bring it from the planning board, just so that you can report to them that it's done.
I think we're thinking of coming here first and then going to the other boards.
You just check how they did it last time,
Okay,
because,
yeah.
well,
Yeah.
one of the things
Yeah.
is, you'd hate to go to, hey, we voted this, here you are. No, you go
Yeah.
to the selectmen and say, hey, this is our, we're gonna make recommendations, and if you guys got anything, you give everybody just a chance to say something. You hate to go to somebody and say, you show them we're done, they can't do anything with it. I think that's kinda how it went last time, but I'm not saying anybody ever does anything, but.
I would
Yeah.
think they would defer to us.
No, I understand, but you gotta
Yeah.
give someone an opportunity if you wanna say we're done, Sarah, and says, hey, what do you guys think?
Well, I guess you could send it to them and see if.
Yeah, and here you go, and we'd like to just tell you, we're gonna, this is what we think, we got any questions or comments, and whatever day you go see them, and then you come to us and says, yeah, Selectmen's had their shot, and I don't know whoever else, so it's just, you're doing the whole, what do you call it?
Tour?
Yes,
Yeah.
tour.
We've been
That sounds
relying on
awful.
the Barrett group's advice on that, but let me check that out and see,
Amazing.
you know, get a,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
I certainly want to do it the best, you know, the way that's gonna be the most efficient and also get the most input.
Yep. Okay, anyone else? Okay, we have the master plan, that's it, okay, make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Okay, done.